Greta is such a waste of time. I didn't know she had so many abilities. Greta is a sign of nature and magic.
Oh, guys, relax. When did I give the impression that I did not like Greta Thunberg? I do. As a matter of fact, I do. I remember the days of
Schoolstrijk voor klimaat.
But during that time, I saw a brave little girl with braided hair standing up against her teachers, her principal, her family, her parents, her culture, the entire world, to say, I do not agree with what's going on with this planet. It was a pure act of rebellion, rooted in a fundamental belief in oneself, in what's right and what's good and what's justice. And I can only admire that. Greta Thunberg is strong, is brave, is courageous. Those are all qualities that I adore. I just wonder, when exactly did the Muslim Brotherhood hijack her mind? And when did they do that with basically the entire West? It was already going on when I was in high school. My parents were always extremely pro-Israel. They're evangelical. I don't know, it has to do something with something, I presume. But whenever I heard about the Palestinians defending themselves with basically sticks and stones, my heart went out to the Palestinians. And it was very, very difficult to feel a bit of sympathy for the Jews, even though they had experienced the Holocaust. But still, what happened there in Israel, the West Bank, Gaza, it was horrifying, it was disgusting. And when I was 32 or 33 years old, I think 33, not sure anymore, but that was the time that I went to Israel to free Palestine. I went there with the arrogance of a European, thinking that my presence there could make the big difference, that I could stop a war that was going on for decades just by being there and helping out. So I went all by myself, without a flotilla. A year before Greta went with her entire crew, I went by myself. And I ended up in Ben Gurion, not knowing what to do. I was going to walk into Gaza. I was going to walk into Gaza and help the Palestinians during the genocide. But I never made it there, because I experienced Israel. I experienced the people of Israel, and I cannot say the Jewish people. 20% of the inhabitants of Israel are Arabs, aka Palestinians. I talked with them. I slept in their house. I ate their food. I bought their beautiful jewelry. I talked with Christians, with Jews, with everybody. Secular guys, religious women, children, whatever. I talked with everybody. And I can just say that if you have not experienced Israel, and if you're too lazy to pick up a history book and really delve yourself into the matter, you will not understand it. The Palestinians are very, very, very good in emotionally manipulating the world, in playing the victim. And in a way, they are a victim, but they are a victim of their own politics, of their own hatred. For decades, billions of dollars have flown into the Palestinian territories and into Gaza. And what did they do with the money? Did they use it to improve their economy, their justice system, their schools, their hospitals? No, because why would they improve their society if they could just invest that money in terrorism? Tunnels underneath the ground in which no Palestinian civilian is ever allowed to hide when the bombs hit. It's just meant to make sure that the weapons are safe and that the freedom fighters are safe. And all the money is going to those into power. And then we see the suffering of the Palestinian people. But there would be a lot less suffering if they would take accountability for their own actions and if they would change the way that they are dealing with their neighbors, with the Jews, and also with the Israeli Arabs. Because make no mistake, on the 7th of October, the freedom fighters from Palestine butchered Arabs as well as Jews. They didn't make a difference. It didn't matter whether you were an Arab, whether you were a Palestinian living in Israel or a Jew. Israel has to die in order for Palestine to exist. And you cannot say that from the Israeli perspective. You cannot say that. If you take a look, a serious look at history, you'll notice that the Israeli state has reached out to all the Arab states around it, reaching out for peace. And some Arab states accepted it, and they are doing pretty well off right now. But most of them just hit every peace proposal there came. They shut it down. And then they cry that there is no peace. Then they cry that their houses are blown to little pieces instead. It's like make up your mind. If you're training your children to go to war from the moment they leave the cradle, you are not investing in your own society. You are not investing in your own future. You are investing in death. And then you can play the sympathy card when death comes around and hits your society in the face. Or you can just take a proper look at that society and see what led you there and make a change. Or not. Enough sweet, nice, gullible people in the West who are so easily emotionally manipulated because somebody plays the victim, albeit of themselves.